Hey traders, this is Blake. Sorry I was running just a wee bit late. As you guys can imagine, I mean, I just got back into town, so things are a little bit busier than normal. So I apologize if you guys can see me now. Apologize for running a little bit late. I'm like unbelievably thirsty. I feel like I've been running around like crazy. But I want to talk to you guys about the dollar. Dang it, where'd my glasses go? I have no idea. So I'll have to grab these. I have a secondary pair. You know, for those of you that don't know, or maybe you do, I don't wear glasses. Like I don't wear, I mean, I wear readers. And I think that happened when I was about 44 or 45. But the glasses that I wear are not, they're for UV protection, basically. So anyway, but I keep them on all the time. Do you know what happens when, for me, I'm not suggesting this happens to you, but do you know what happens to me when I sit in front of the computer for too long of a period of time? Like if I sit here and just look at multiple, 8 monitors all day long, every day, what happens to me is my capillaries burst and it looks like I got punched in the face. So anyway, Lorraine said, since you enjoyed beautiful Idaho, you and the family might enjoy a series on Hulu, Wayward Pines, Good Scary around Boise, Idaho. Actually, I wasn't in Idaho. I was in Oregon, Lorraine. But I wouldn't mind going to Idaho or to Boise. So that's cool though. And it's called Wayward Pines. Interesting. Thank you. Thanks for that. Okay, so let's talk about the markets. And I just put in a pattern in play for the Aussie dollar. Why? Because the Aussie's breaking lower. It's breaking through its triangle. I just wanted to let you guys know it is breaking lower, and that's the reason for the new pattern in play. If you're not short already, I would be careful. Obviously, if it breaks through this triangle and then it breaks back above the 78 or 74.85 level, you don't want to be on the short side anymore. If it does one of these, right? Which it could, but the thing is, I think stocks are at such a critical level that I think that and the way the dollar is acting against other currencies, it seems like to me that the market is just prepping to roll over and see a little bit of risk off. I have that actually coming from a few people have reached out to me, talking about that as well. Let's talk about the U.S. dollar Canadian. Dollar Canadian's up against its highs, and I was telling people in the chat room here, if you are in the chat room here, right here, this is a little over an hour ago, spike higher in crude, no problem for the loonie and the Norwegian krona. Got to be short both somehow. Long dollar Canadian, euro NOK, etc. One of my friends, Dave, he sent this over to me about the 50-day correlations really breaking down between Norway and crude, or not WTI, but Brent. And I was just saying that you've got to be short Norwegian, Norway, or short Canadian. So, you see the U.S. dollar Norway is breaking out. We're almost to that 885 level that I talked to you guys about earlier this morning. I think that's going to get tested, if not broken. I'm bullish because we're above the 200-day moving average. I'm bullish because of this big base. I'm bullish because of this descending wedge breakout. How far we can go will, obviously probably be more determined by risk appetite and or a move lower in crude. And I think that spike higher in crude really gave this thing the fuel to actually move higher once crude, you can see what it's doing right now, starting to roll over. So I think that that the US dollar and Norwegian krona can trade up above 9 now. I think that that's possible. Dollar Mexican peso is looking a little firmer here. We still have to get above this resistance. But look at the dollar Canadian. We're reaching for the 200-day moving average. You know, move above this 126.30 level. 126.50 is going to be huge. That's going to be a big, big breakout. Remember, Bank of Canada, Macklem's been talking, and that's what's giving the fuel to this Canadian dollar weakness from yesterday and today. What else did I want to cover? So, you know, I talked a little bit about the S&P. The S&P is weaker, but holding. You know, it's a little weaker today, but it's holding up. Can't get excited about it until we drop below 4,300. Just bottom line. But the way the currency market's acting, it is acting like that we are going to at least make a run for it. That's what it seems to me. Obviously, I told you guys a little bit earlier about Bitcoin. Look, I'm not short Bitcoin right now, but it is a bearish breakdown. I have to call it, like I said, I have to call it as I see it. So if I see a triangle breakdown, I've got to put it out there, even if I don't trade it myself. But I think this breakdown in cryptos is going to really usher in some dollar strength and maybe a little bit of risk off too. Remember, there's institutional money now that is involved in you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies. Last thing they need right now is those to implode. Then you're going to just get, you know, domino effect, if you will. Jason writes in, hey, Blake, a correction in the stock indices has to be imminent. At least I hope it is. That risk-off environment should take Aussie, New Zealand, and Canadian lower. You keep stating that longer term, you think the dollar drops, but in the interim, what are your targets for the commodity currencies? Do you think the Aussie dollar can get to 70 cents or the dollar Canadian can get to 130? I think those are possible. I really do, Jason. I don't write off that possibility, because the reason why I say that is volatility has been so abnormally low for so long that a spike up in volatility could really push those commodity currencies to you know, much lower prices. So, you know, can the dollar Canadian break above this 200-day moving average and really make a move for somewhere up here in the, you know, low 130s up here? I believe this can happen. I truly do. Depends how big of a correction we see, if we even see a correction. The Aussie dollar, yeah, I think we can trade probably back to these breakout points. You know, like, let's imagine the euro drops to let's say it goes to 115, 114. That's 300-400 pips away. And I still think that the euro Aussie was going to be higher. So what does that mean? Well, that means that the Aussie dollar's really got to correct. You know, going down from 74.25 to 70 cents, I don't think is really off the table in a risk-off environment. So I think it's possible. I don't think it's impossible. Let's put it that way. But the fact of the matter is, stocks are not weak. Right? That's the truth. I mean, look at the Dow right now. We're near our highs of the session. Unbelievable. Anyway, but that's pretty much it, guys. Everybody in the chat room is joking around now, saying it's great. Blake's back. Volatility's falling. Nothing's happening. I'm going to make you guys eat your words. All of yous. All of yous. Let's hope, anyway. Let's hope volatility starts to pick up. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your support. Yeah, Tony, I'm laughing at you. Make sure you guys are around tomorrow. Should have a big announcement. I'm trying to wrangle up everybody's ideas behind the scenes. We'll have a big announcement tomorrow. And I think you guys in the ForexAnalytix community are going to be really happy. So Alex says, thanks, Blake. See you tomorrow. Can't wait to hear the announcement. All right, man. Have a good one. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Have a good afternoon, evening.